What's up YouTube, this is All Things Quick. So today we are on our final episode of season 1, and that is tying up this 2001 330i. I got some plates on this thing. We're going to be getting this thing over to get detailed, and it's going to get cleaned on the inside out. So I'm just going to do a quick before, and then we'll be able to do an after when this is all done. You can see all this stuff in here. All that's going to get all cleaned up. The back's gonna get cleaned. Everything here is gonna get nice and clean. This is how it looks right now, and this is literally how I got it. Like, I had just cleaned up the actual bulky physical trash here, as well with the engine bay here too. I'm going to be getting this side here, some of this done, but basically, you know, that's getting all cleaned up and stuff. So we're just gonna get this thing detailed, and then we're also gonna get this thing certified too. So right now I'm just gonna fill up the tire pressure. The rear one's a little low, so I'm gonna fill them all up to 35, and then we're gonna get this thing over to go get detailed. So of course, literally the second that I was about to be out the driveway, this thing threw a misfire code and started kind of puffing away. So I'm gonna do a boost leak test on this and see if I can find a vacuum leak somewhere. But yeah, basically what I was saying is all of this stuff is getting all cleaned up. I already did a little bit here just to see how tough it was to take off. And then once it's done with that, I'm gonna take it to get certified. That I'm not gonna film, but I will film this car when it gets back. But for right now, I guess we gotta deal with another problem. But better find it now than to find it later, right? So this is interesting. With a brand new boot here, see it's not holding pressure, and you can hear it back here. So there's a little spot there. I just pinched the clamp when I put that back on. So I'm actually going to grab my toolbox there, and I'm gonna put that on properly. So nothing's actually wrong with this, which is good. What had happened here was inside of there where that top clamp is, that clamp was pinched a little too tight and it slipped off the rubber underneath there. There's a plastic ring between those two clamps and it slipped off. So that will be that, and then it won't misfire anymore. I'm gonna get doing that. So you can see there, that's literally all it was. That clamp is supposed to be in that groove right there. It had slipped off, so that plastic ring right here, it wasn't sealed on that. I'm just gonna tighten that back up, and then that will be a win for that. Also, while I'm in here, I just want to do that fuel pressure regulator right there, which is the bottom line. It's so brittle right there. That's gonna blow through at some point. I know it's just vacuum, but like, it's no good. So I just got some new hose here. I'm gonna cut that same length. I'm gonna pop that in just so that doesn't blow. If it doesn't blow there for me, then you know it's definitely gonna blow for the next guy. So I'm gonna replace that right now so that even the next guy doesn't have to deal with this junk, because that's just no good. That's trash. Okay, so I've clamped that down properly. There's no opening in there anymore, so that's good news. And I also replaced this line right here. That's brand new. You can see the difference here. This one was just on its way out. Better to have brand new stuff. So I'm just gonna do a boost test real quick. And look at that. Except, looks like we got another small leak, but where? All right, I'm just gonna figure that one out real quick. All right, so I got that one figured out. It was just the love that was leaking, so that's good news. So now I'm just gonna hook the battery back up. I'm just gonna run this thing and make sure that it is good. Also today, we're getting a new battery because the one that is in here keeps dying, and I know that there's not a parasitic draw on this or that car. This battery's just not keeping up. So I got another one here. I'm gonna go to the wreckers, exchange it, and get another 12-inch battery so then the car doesn't die. So basically right now I'm disconnecting the terminal every time I do something, so I don't want to have to do that because I also have to go get gas. I'm bringing my tools with me because you literally just never know what's going to happen on the side of the road. I hope it's all good and I hope nothing does happen, but bringing this stuff with me just in case. I'm going to see if this car runs well. It should. There we go, would you look at that? It's still fluctuating a little bit, but I'm gonna drive it up and down the street. I'm just gonna make sure it's good before I actually go too far, and we'll see about that. So I'm just gonna close up everything like my shed there, and then shut the gate, and then drive it up and down the street. So I just got fuel, and this is better than driving around and getting fuel, so just gonna head back to my place and then put that in. Okay, so I just put 25 bucks of fuel in there, so that's good news. I'm gonna hook up this battery again. I'm gonna let it run and see if we can get any codes to come back, because I got a code that came up. It was misfire detected with low fuel, so I'm gonna see what that's all about. So here's something interesting. If I pull cylinder 5, it starts to misfire and shut down. If I pull cylinder 6 here, it doesn't do anything. So I got a code there for cylinder 6 coil, so I'm gonna swap that and see if it does anything. All right, so I just swapped out a coil pack. Gonna see if that does anything. I hope it does, because I'm getting kind of frustrated with this, because today was supposed to be the day that it goes in to get detailed. So we'll see what happens now. I'm just gonna take this thing down the street. If the code comes back by the time I'm down the street, I might just call this for another day. We'll see. So this is really interesting. This is a perfect idle now. Like, it's literally perfect. There's no fluctuation at all. I had changed the coil pack on cylinder 6, because that's what, there was a code for a coil pack, and then that went away, and then there was a coil pack code for cylinder 3, and then there was also a misfire code for that, and so I looked into it, and it suggested that it was a fouled spark plug. So then I took the spark plug out, and I noticed that there was a bunch of bubbling inside, and I thought at first, man, I hope this isn't a head gasket. It ended up being what I'm thinking to be rainwater that went in there. So I mean, I'm just running this right now. This is the most perfect idle that I've had since I've had this car. I mean, even when I rev it, it goes right back. Fouled spark plug, I mean, that could do it for sure. I'm just gonna let this thing run for a bit. It was hooked up to my truck, so I've had this running for about 5 minutes now, and it's running like a top. Before, when I would leave it running, the code would come back within 5 minutes and run rough again. I'm gonna shut this. I'm gonna go for a drive down the street. I'm gonna see if that code comes back. If it doesn't come back, then we're going to get this thing detailed finally. Hopefully it doesn't come back. I actually wish that I had filmed that cylinder 3, because it was pretty bad. I mean, like, it looked like a bunch of rainwater got in the spark plug. It was just bubbling from the heat, possibly just making an intermittence between the connection of the coil pack and the spark plug. We don't seem to have anything wrong with it now. It's still a really good idle. All right, this car is super good, so I'm gonna drive it over to get a new battery right now, and then I'm gonna go get it detailed. So we're well on our way, finally. I mean, that took a lot, but I mean, I'm glad that we figured out the problem. Fouled spark plug, cylinder 3, bad coil pack. Maybe not bad coil pack, maybe it's just a bad connection because it had water in it. Yeah, everything's running great. I love it, feels awesome. I actually kind of wish that I had this car for myself, but unfortunately we gotta sell it. This car is running absolutely perfect right now. Like, it's really good. So I'm happy about that. And we're well on our way. Just got a BMW battery. I got this other one as well. I'm putting this one in here because I want to keep that one. So hopefully that is good. This is from the wreckers, so they just tested that, so it should hold charge. Put this back together, and then we're gonna go drop this car off. I just want to show you how quickly this starts up. You can tell the other battery was on its way out before. That one's good, happy about that, and I'm gonna drive this thing now over to get detailed. All right, and here it is. We just dropped this off here. One last look before we actually get this thing detailed. So, I mean, it looks pretty bad. We're gonna see it all nice and cleaned up afterwards. Just wanna give you a before and after. We got a moldy carpet. That's pretty gross. And here we go. So that's that. Once this is finished, we're gonna come back to it and we're gonna see when it's all done. All right, so this is 3 days later, or 2 days later. And I just got this car back here, and it is absolutely beautiful. This car here is so clean. This guy did such a great job on this. All the carpets are nice and clean. The interior is just perfect. It just looks absolutely immaculate compared to what it came in like. There was mold down in there, now it's all cleaned up. Interior is perfect, nice and shiny and clean. The exterior, he washed it down. The back, these are the mats that were in there, the intake. Everything's just perfect on this car. I'm super happy with the way that he did things here. It just looks so nice. And then in here, the engine bay is just immaculate. I don't have words for it. It's just so clean compared to what it was before. And listen to it, it's running like a top. So I'm extremely happy with the results of this. So thanks to Brian who did this job. Looks amazing, absolutely amazing. So that's the end of this video. If you like that video, definitely hit that subscribe button, because this is the end of this rebuild right here, where we're doing a lot more stuff turbocharging the blue car. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, let me know you did like this content. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of all this, and don't forget to join our Discord, links in the description. So just so you guys know, this car is now for sale, so if you'd like to buy this thing, definitely hit me up in the comments, and if it's sold, I'll post that in the description. But for right now, if you want to buy this car, let me know. Our Discord server is in the description, as well as our WhatsApp server, or you can just comment on this video and let me know that you are interested in this car. So with that being said, we'll see you in the next one. See you later.